Alright guys, what's up? Heart Pirates here with another video, and I'm just gonna do this one right after the other one that I posted, I'm sorry, that I recorded just, about 20 minutes ago, because, I don't know, I like doing these, and I think it's fun, so I think this is gonna be, my video, and then I'll probably do a couple with VV Theory, while we're kind of ramping up to, set 6, so, I guess we'll just keep, playing it while we're talking, but, we got Gecko Maria versus Enel. Now, for those of you guys who watch my tier list, you know that I think Enel is probably going to be one of the best decks in the game. For set 6 as well. I think it is the best deck in the game for set 5. Because of how many tournaments it's won here in at least in America. So he's gonna go ahead and swing 7 at life here. He's gonna go ahead and take it, and then he's gonna go ahead and play. I actually have the. I'm sorry. I have the cards next to me, but he's gonna go ahead and play Arc Maxim. For those guys who don't know, you may rest this stage and one of your Enels, where it could be either character or leader, and KO all of your opponent's characters at the cost of 2 or less. I don't know how relevant that's gonna be, but it could be relevant. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he could just kill like all like the, I don't know, like the brand news and I guess like Helmeppos, but I don't really think like what is that there for? Like that. See, that it's interesting because when I read the card from Small Hat Crew, I was like, it's a fun card in like a yellow deck, or I'm sorry, like a black yellow deck. But the 2 costs kind of limit. It feels like it doesn't really deserve a spot because what 2 costs are you really like scared of? Like Zoro is not scary. Like if you're playing Enel, you already are winning against Zoro, so you don't need this card to do that. But I'm telling, bro, if you play this card into Zoro, bro, they're gonna be so tilted, bro. They might be actually like, bro, they might actually just quit like right then and there. Like getting that on turn 1, that's hilarious. But I mean, I guess it could take out these cards. It could take out like Sindri and whatnot. But is that worth you resting your leader? Probably not. So he's gonna go ahead and play Sindri. Sindri, for those of you guys who don't know, if your leader is Thriller Bark Pirates, just mill the top 5 cards of your deck. He's gonna activate Gecko Maria's effect, discarding a card, milling the top 2 cards, and then playing a Thriller Bark character from his trash, which is going to be Hogback. Hogback shuffles 2 cards back, puts them into the bottom of the deck, and then gets back a Thriller Bark card and puts it into your hand. So he's going to put back Hina and something and get back a Gecko Maria alt art. I think the alt art for Gecko looks fantastic. I will say Bandai's been doing such a good job when it comes to like just increasing the quality of the art every set. I think set 4's art was mostly kind of ugly except for like Rebecca and Vivi. I thought they looked pretty good leader wise. And I think the 7 cost Luffy looked pretty good. I'm not saying all the art in set 4 looked ugly, but I think mostly the art in set 5 looks better than like set like 4. I think obviously set 1 probably has the best art because obviously not only is it at this point now nostalgic, but iconic as well. I mean, you have like the Luffy, the one that gets rested Dawn. I think the alt art for him looks fantastic. I think Mihawk looks great. Nami looks great, obviously. Law's alt art leader. There's Doflamingo. I mean, wow, like Doflamingo is probably the coolest alt art of set 1. Or at least close to it. So he's going to go ahead and swing 6 at life here. He's going to go ahead and take it, trigger into Sanji, and then trashing a Sanji to play the Sanji. So then he goes to 5 Dawn. Looks like his hand is kind of bricky. I don't really know what those cards are in the middle right there, but it looks like he has a... It looks like the Odin, the 5 cost... I'm sorry, the 5 cost Momonosuke, and the one that's like a blocker, the 5/6, and a Brule, and looks like a Katakuri. So go ahead and swing 7 at life here. He's going to go ahead and take it. Does he just swing 8 at life here? Yeah, you should swing 8 at life here because the Brule is just a bad play. The Brule is just not going to get you nearly as much value as to putting, Gecko Maria down to 2 life. So he's going to go ahead and take both those, 7 and the 8, and he's going to go down to 2 against Enel, which, I mean, Enel isn't an aggressive deck, but it's not a passive deck. So I think that might be a little bit of a mistake going down so early, but of course you might not realize what he's going to do with the rest of his Dawn, but the thing is you kind of have to assume, right? Like Enel doesn't play a lot of impactful 3 drops. So you would assume if he goes 7 here, he's probably going to go 8. So you probably should have countered out of the 7 if you could. Let me go ahead and take a look at his hand right now. Doesn't look like he has a lot of counter. It looks like he has like Lucci, Hina, Gecko Moria. I'm going to call it Moria right there so you guys don't get mad, but I could slip up. later on. Yeah, it just doesn't look like he has a lot of 2K counters here. So I think the most important thing is probably just playing blockers at this point. Or he can play a hogback, I guess, too. He can use his leader effect. Okay, now we can get a better look at his hand here. Yeah, he has pretty much no 2K counters. Looks like he has like, I think this is an Absalom alt art right here. Another Gecko Moria, Lucci. I think this is a hogback already. So I think what he should do is, okay, so he's going to swing 5 at the Sanji. He's going to use his leader effect after he swings 6. He's going to go ahead and trash a Lucci, and obviously resting 2 Dawn here. And obviously trashing the top 2 cards of his deck, which is going to be a Suru and a Great Eruption. And what are you going to pick back up? Are you going to... Okay, so he's going to put back the Suru and the Great Eruption. I do like the art for Suru. And he's going to go ahead and get back a Hogback. Hogback's going to get back a 2K counter, which I think is the right call there. Yeah, him not having 2Ks is a little bit of a problem, especially when he's so low on life already, that, you know, fighting... like if he were to swing 7, I don't know if I would actually target the hogback here. I think I might actually target life, because of the same, you know, at the end of the day, like hogback's just a 5K, and if you can just like put them down to 1 life and then like just keep building like 8K, 9K bodies that are like relatively difficult to get off the board, you might just be able to pierce through before he has time to actually control the game. So he's just gonna play the Hina, and then he's gonna pass. So he's just gonna build a board and go wide. So looks like he did just draw into a Yamato, but he is going, I believe it's second, right? I think he is going second. So I think he has 8 Dawn. He can play the Katakuri, put the Brule back on his life if he wants to. I don't think it's smart to put, because he's been so aggressive, you shouldn't put anything on your opponent's life to give them a buffer or a barrier. I think that'd be a little bit of a mistake. So we'll see what he does here. I do like watching the way they play though, because I like to kind of pinpoint where, you know, the game kind of turns. So if he does give him a life here with the Katakuri, I think he would be making a big mistake, because he's basically just like ruining the impact he already made on the board right here, which I think is important. Sorry guys, it's like 2:30 in the morning right now. I'm uploading the other video, and while I'm uploading it, I figured I might as well just make this video while it's kind of like loading and whatnot. So yeah, I'm pretty pumped for this set. I'm not gonna lie. I think, I mean, one of my favorite sets so far has been set 5, because I like playing Sakazuki so much, because it's, you know, it's my kind of deck. And set 6, we have even more options to play my style of decks. You know, I think Gecko and Perona are both my style. Sakazuki's obviously my style. So I now have 3 decks to kind of choose from that are interesting, rather than, you know, do I want to play Katakuri or do I want to play you know, Sakazuki. So obviously I didn't really have a whole lot of decks that I enjoyed playing this set, which is kind of why I like, you know, messed around with Sabo, Kaido, Crocodile, you know, all those decks to try to, you know, make it interesting. Even though, you know, at a competitive level, I do think this is probably my favorite, probably my second favorite set so far in terms of competitive. Set 4.5 I think was the best, because it allowed for so many new interesting decks to kind of shine, which is, so he's gonna go ahead and play Impact here. For those of you guys who don't know, let me make sure I'm doing this right. I'm reading this right, but Impact, or you could call it Reject too. I don't know what the translation for it is, but it's activate main, KO up to one of your opponent's 5 cost or lower characters, or if your opponent has 1 life, deal 1 life to them, then add the top card of your life to your hand. So this card is absolutely insane, by the way. I think this card is absolutely ridiculous. It's just another card you have to play around, which isn't, like, we already have to play around, you know, Thunderbolt and Amaru, and now we have to play around Impact too. Like, I think it's just such a good card, and it's so versatile, and the trigger is draw a card, which obviously is just like super valuable. If you don't need it, you can just draw a card. Like, there's just like pretty much no downside to playing it, except for it's obviously just not a counter, but the versatility it has is great. Like, it's your easy answer to Kuzan. You know, even the KO, they used to have to Thunderbolt the Kuzan, so it wouldn't get value, or like Gadatsu it, but now you can just like literally just KO it, you know, and you don't even have to trash the top card of your life. Onami is the same thing. Onami is just a better Thunderbolt that has a counter, which is just, and the on play is just crazy too. So yeah, it feels like Yellow is just like a completely like insane toolbox deck now. And yeah, they just have a lot of answers, and I don't, of course every color should shine, right? But I think Yellow has too many answers, considering it also has the best triggers in the game. Like, if you want it to lack like answers and then trigger the answers, I feel like that's a completely fair mechanic. Well, maybe not completely fair, but like if all of the activate main stuff like didn't really do anything like that useful and you couldn't get blockers off the board and the only way to clear things was like to trigger stuff, I feel like that's fine. But now they can not only trigger stuff that like pops your board, but now they have a bunch of activate main shit that like just completely like takes over the game. Like now they have reject and they still have like Onami and they have a Gedatsu, they have Thunderbolt, they have um all of these cards, 7 cost Enel, 8 cost Katakuri, Rush Katakuri. They just have a lot of cards that can like really just like make a huge impact if they get lucky. Now this guy's hand has been absolutely atrocious, by the way, this Enel player. I mean, he really hasn't really done anything. But the most beautiful part about Enel is like you don't really have to actually do anything to win. You can just survive. I mean this guy's at 1 life and yeah, I mean, if he can just keep just healing off Yamato, I mean, there's just nothing he can really do. So he's gonna go ahead and play Gecko Moria. He's gonna get back a Rosinante and a Rebecca. Rebecca's gonna get back something from hand, I think. I forgot. I didn't see it because I was kind of ranting right there. But yeah, so let's see what he does here. I assume just the play is just to swing probably 5 at either Hina or Hogback, and then pop the Rosinante. Looks like he has double Hiyori, Brule, another reject. Oh, and you know what's funny is he can just trash his opponent's last life with the reject. That's so funny. Of course he doesn't want to do that though because he only has 1 life, so he'd have to pick it up. And then if he does it on his turn, he can't actually use his leader effect. At least I'm pretty sure it's that way with Enel. But it could be an answer going for game. Like he could pop the Rosinante. He could obviously take his opponent's last life, and then he can just swing like 11 or 10-11 or something like that, or 10-10, something along those lines, and he can very much so go for game, especially because Gecko's kind of bricked up right now. You know what I'm saying? And not in the way that you're thinking. He's bricked up because he just doesn't have the doesn't really have the counter here. He looks like he has a Sindri. He's drew into another. What is that? What did he just draw into? Is that a Lucci? Is that a Suru? I can't see. But he has like Rebecca, he has like Hogback. He doesn't really have a lot of counters, so like a 9k swing could actually be devastating here. He might actually have to discard like a bunch of 1ks to get out of this. That could be either a Perona or a Suru. I'm not entirely sure. Could be a Perona. I can't really see that well. It's a little out of the picture right there. But this Arc Maxim is not really doing the job that you wanted it to do. I mean, it's taking up a card slot, and it's just like, at best it's going to kill like the Rosinante, but like I don't know. If you guys know what the Arc Maxim is there for, please let me know. I'd love to know actually. If this is like a secret tech that Enel's playing. If all Enels are playing this card, maybe this is why Enel is not good right now because oh, and then he triggers into an Okiku. Oh my gosh. For those of you guys who don't know, Okiku is a card that if your opponent has 3 or less life, you just play it for free on KO. Just get a life. That card is ridiculous. Card is absolutely nuts. I can't even believe I can't believe they print some of these cards. Like, there's no downside to Okiku except she's not a counter, but you play so many cards to like pitch cards. Like, you play like, not only do they have the 0 cost event, but they have like what is it called? They have like Shirahoshi. They have like trigger, trash the card, play this card. Like, there's just so many things that like can like get it out of your hand that like it not having a counter doesn't matter. Like, they might as well just give it a counter and just like make it like a ban worthy card in the future, because this card's insane. Of course, if you bottom deck it, that's the easy way to get out of it. But guys, not every deck is Sakazuki. Like, not every deck has bottom deck mechanics. It's literally just Sakazuki and like other versions of blue. So like, not only do they have Katakuri and Yamato, but like now they have the Okiku, and it's not like Okiku's like a 3/4, it's a 4/6. So like, you obviously want to get it off the board. It's swinging 7 with 1 Dawn attached every turn. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot, man. So yeah, I'd want to get it off the board as quick as possible, but I don't want to give my opponent the life. So you kind of have to you're kind of just gonna have to like maybe like suffer through like just 6 or 7k swings every single time. So sorry, a little bit of dead air. I got a message from somebody on Discord that I wanted to see real quick. So he's gonna swing a bunch of fives here. 5 5 5. Not using Gecko Moria's effect here. Gecko Moria. I'm just gonna drive you guys nuts. Yeah. Let's see what he does. Oh man. He's gonna possibly trigger it. I don't know. Did he use his leader effect yet? I don't know if he did. I don't think he did. Um He's like, do I trigger this Satori? Dude, every time that Enel has to think it's a Satori. It's like, do I get this 2K to hand or do I play it? It's like, oh my god, dude. Enel just has so many cards, man. I don't know how anyone thinks Enel's not gonna be good next set. They just have so many answers to what they're gonna do. What are you gonna trigger, bro? I'm about to speed it up a little bit. I don't know. Like sometimes these guys take forever to like make a play. It's a good thing I just it's okay. It's a Maru right here. So I don't think that'd be smart. He's gonna trash reject, and I mean I guess that's fine. He's gonna trash reject and a 2K counter Hiyori to get another life, and now he's back to 2. Which actually I think is a good play now that I think about it because he has Yamato in hand. So then he's gonna go ahead and swing. He's going to use his leader effect to obviously trash his last 2K. He's going to keep that Katakuri, which I think could be a little bit of a mistake. I think the 2K is slightly more important than the Katakuri here. But he's going to go ahead and take it. And look at that. It's another Katakuri. It's small things like that, man, that can punish you. I mean, trashing the wrong card off your leader effect, as simple as it is, could actually punish you. Because now he's bricked up like Gecko is bricked up, and not in the good way. You know what I'm saying? I just heard that phrase today, by the way, like bricked up, and I thought it was super funny. So looks like he's going to go ahead and go Gecko into... Is he not going to swing first? Pretty interesting. Oh my god, he's playing like all out of order here. He's going to play Lucci. He's just going to play... Okay, so he's just going to go Gecko into Lucci. And not play anything else. And then he's going to pop the Okiku. Does Okiku not get... Hold on, guys. I'm confused here. He pops the Okiku. Okay, and then he does get... Okay, gotcha. Okay, then Okiku gets a life here. Dude, I think Enel's winning this, bro. Dude, it's funny as Enel's hand has been so absolutely atrocious. And he's like low-key just winning because he can just get life over and over again. Like, look at the board state. It's like a Hogback, a Lucci, 2 Gecko Morias, and a Rebecca. And he's like kind of losing. Like, this is the power of yellow, bro. Like I don't know if people in Japan have unleashed yellow's like cheese yet, but like, bro, like it's so impressive how like Enel seems like it doesn't do anything and it just like wins. Like, oh man, maybe it's because it's late and I'm like kind of tired and I'm just laughing at everything, but like this has been so one-sided and this dude on the right is actually losing. Like, this is just too funny to me. Then he's gonna go ahead and go Katakuri, put a life, give him a life right there, which is the Gecko Moria. And look at that. He's got two life. The board is completely swung in his favor. This is crazy. Of course, I think the Gecko is actually still going to win because he has so many cards in hand. So he does have the ability to make a bunch of plays. But it doesn't really look like the cards he has in his hand are really going to like be all that impactful. Like, he doesn't have any Ice Ages, or I don't even know if he plays Ice Age. And he's just going to keep having to give the Enel life. And technically Enel right now is at 4 life. I mean, you do the 2 hits. And then he gets another life from his leader effect, and then you have to do another hit. So he can't even kill him this turn. He can't even attack him for more than, like, because if you attack him and he takes it, you're not gonna. I mean, I guess you could technically put him at 0, but I mean, I don't know. I guess you could, but then again, Lucci, if you turn this Lucci sideways, he's dead. So he's gonna go ahead and take that, and he's gonna trigger into a Maru. Not gonna use the effect this time. Is he going to use his leader effect is a question. Man, if he I mean, he can't die either way. It's like impossible unless he like boosts up Rebecca, which like, is probably just not something you do in a normal situation. So he could put him at 0 and then he's just going to heal back up with Yamato is the only problem. So he needs to be sure he's establishing a board here as well. This game's been pretty interesting so far. I'm not gonna lie. I'm hoping you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys do enjoy this video, let me know in the comments. Like the video if you like the video. He's gonna go ahead and take his life right here. The 7. He's gonna use his leader effect. Probably gonna trash the Katakuri here. It's probably just not as valuable. The Amaru you probably need to keep in hand. Yeah, definitely trash the Katakuri. You got 2 Yamatos. You don't need the cat. Then he's gonna swing 9 at life, putting him at absolute 0. For my Yu-Gi-Oh fans out there, he puts him at absolute 0. Triggers into a Brule. Not really what you want to see as the Gecko player, of course, but tis life, right? 'Twas life. Let's see what he does here. I don't know how Gecko gets out of this situation. Oh, he has another Gecko. All right, so he's gonna go ahead and play a Hogback and Sindri, maybe. No, because he just doesn't have the space to do it. So you're gonna put back a Hina and a brand new. It looks like instead of a Suru or a Rosinante. I feel like you should have put back the Rosinante, and he gets back a something from his trash. I don't see what he got from his trash again. Let me back that up real quick. This guy's like hiding it, dude. Like what does he get back? So he puts back the brand new to get what? What is that? A Sindri? Is that Absalom? I can't even see, guys. If you guys can see that, like, I'd be amazed because I don't know. Maybe I got tired eyes right now. It is now 2:48 a.m., but I don't see what's in his what he got back. But he has a ton of cards in hand, dude. This is where a 4-cost pudding would be absolutely insane here. Yeah, I mean, of course, low key, Enel can still possibly get out of this if depending on what his triggers are, because he can just go 8 into the Lucci, which I think he's gonna do here, and I think it would be smart to counter out. He's gonna block it. Interesting. I think you counter out of the 8, and then you block the 9. I feel like that would have been the better play, but I mean I could be wrong. I don't know. I can't really see what's in his hand, so I don't know. Could change the play here. So he's gonna swing 6 here. Obviously, if he's swinging 6, he knows he's gonna go ahead and play the Yamato here. But that Brule actually could come in handy because like, okay, so that was a Perona that he added back. It looks like okay, cool. So what's funny is the Brule right there could actually change things because he's gonna go back to 1 or to technically 3 life. Because he's gonna play Yamato, go back to 1 life, use his leader effect to go back to get another life, and then he has a last hit, and then he also has the Brule too. So he technically could take 4 hits, and he only has 5 attacks next turn, which is interesting. So we'll kind of see how it plays out, but if he doesn't win this turn, I feel like he loses. I mean, maybe not necessarily so, but I think maybe. I mean, you could play some blockers for sure. I think he's gonna do a low dawn commitment with the Lucci. See what he does. He's gonna swing 7 here, and then he's gonna shuffle the 2 cards in his hand like they're counters, but they're not. What is he doing here? What just hold on? What just happened? He just swung 7 at something. And then oh, I'm sorry. That's a 0-cost event. I thought that was reject. I was like, what the hell, dude? He's like, dude, Enel players are cheaters, bro. Okay, so it was the reject. Okay, so I'm sorry, it was the 0-cost event to the +3. So he's gonna swing 7 at life here, and he's gonna use his leader effect to get back the Absalom. And somehow KO. How does he KO the Brule though? Because Absalom only kills a 2 or less. Did he use something to cost reduce? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Suru right there. My fault, guys. My fault. Okay, so Absalom KOs the what's it called? He goes in, takes it, uses leader effect, and then he's gonna go ahead and ditch that guy right there, and then 7 right there with the with the Hogback. He's gonna go ahead and take it. He's gonna trigger into a Brule. That's so funny. Oh my god, he could have actually lost there for real. And then he's gonna go 9 at life right here. And then he wins. So bro, that is so funny, bro. The Brule actually could have won the game. Bro, if he would have gotten out of one attack, he would have actually won the game on the crackback. Bro, Enel is so cheese, bro. Anyone that thinks Enel's not going to be like busted next set is like crazy. That's absolutely wild. This guy right here on the right, I met him at Nats, and I thought he was like Japanese, but he spoke English really well. And I commented on Twitter like one time, like, yo, like, your English is really good. And he goes, I'm American. Bro, I never felt more stupid in my entire life. That was so funny. But yeah, guys, thanks for checking out this video. I'm going to go to bed now, and peace.